My name is ត្ថᴥᴔᵔ and welcome to my channel. Today I have a spring collective manga haul to share with y'all, and it's a pretty long one, so I'll just get right into it. First up, I'll be showing y'all all my pre-orders and new pickups up for the past couple months, starting from the end of February into May. Up first, I have the season 1 part 1 box set. For that time, I got reincarnated as the slime, created by Fuse, and manga by Kawakami Taiki Sensei, character design by Ms. Ba, and is published by Kodansha. It has the first 6 volumes, as you can see here. The bonus material is just a puffy stickers of the main character Imato, who's a slime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, or ត្ថᴥઠʔ as I like to call it for short. It's about a middle-aged salaryman who got stabbed and reincarnated as a slime. As part of his term to reincarnate, he contracted a system that helps him in this new world as he navigates his life as a slime. For your information, ត្ថᴥઠʔ is actually one of my favorite of all time, and then I wanted to collect the manga for it as well. Although the box set is nothing special, as you can see, the bonus material is just the sticker. I wish it could have included more of the characters so that, you know, it has some kind of variety, and so we can connect with the people, can see who are the characters. But instead, it's just Imato, although I do love him. I like the convenience of keeping these manga volumes in a box set, since it is a pretty long series. So yeah, here are the final 5th and 6th volume. Yes, can't wait for the next volume or box set to come out. Moving on, I picked up another isekai series that just dropped called Magic Artisan Dahlia Woods No More, story by Amagishi Hisaya Sensei and art by Sumikawa Megumi Sensei, published by 7 Seas. Dahlia, having reincarnated into a fantasy world, took up crafting magical items as her new passion in life, determined to live her life to the fullest after having to live her previous life as an overworked salary woman. I am actually reading a series a while back and was surprised to see that I was getting a physical publication. Although the cover art looks lighthearted, there's actually some dark themes in this manga, and it makes me want to root for Dahlia to live the life that she deserves. Next up are a series that I pre-ordered in the month of April, so the most recent month. Continuing with the isekai theme, I have the 2nd volume of The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World, based on the novels by Izumi Koka Sensei, story by Oyama, art by Sakurado Reiko Sensei, and it's published by 7 Seas. Tsukina was an office worker who was deemed by God as a savior who is destined to be a savior in another world. However, that is not what she wants to do, and all she wants to do is live a cozy life with her beloved books. She used her new powers to open up a book cafe in another world instead, and her first customer happened to be a handsome stranger who likes books as well. This series, in my opinion, is an isekai gem for the romance novel in romance section, I would say. Not many people talk about it or know about it, but I think it has like the perfect blend of slice of life, romance, and action adventure. I read this manga previously, and if you like a sentence of a bookworm, this is like a more mature romance focused version of it. Definitely a recommendation. Next up, I have the 3rd installment of My Love Mix-Up, story by Hinekura Watari Sensei and art by Aruko Sensei, published by Viz under the Shoujo Beat line. Spoiler alert, I will only talking about what's going on, like the synopsis of this volume, since I am up to date with it. The story continues with our 4 main characters, as Aoki admits that he has a crush on Ida, and the misunderstanding behind Hashimoto's eraser that started it all is now revealed. Now we will find out, will Aoki get his happy ending? I'm so excited to get into this volume, as I have waited forever for it to come. I am really invested in Aoki's and Ida's relationship, and I just want all the best for our best boy Aoki. Next, I have the 3rd volume of Play It Cool Guys by Nata Kokone Sensei, published by Yen Press. And the saga continues for these 4 men as they try their hardest to keep it cool. But will their clumsiness get the best of them? The best part, it is a full colored series. Alright, finally, I have been waiting for this volume forever because I placed a pre-sale on Right Stuff, but I didn't get my package until pretty recently. I love the last 2 volumes of the series, and then I definitely love this one as well. There seems to be a new character, so I can't wait to see where that develops. And this one is such a casual read that I feel like anyone would enjoy it. Last but not least, for my pre-orders, I have volume 5 of My Dress Up Darling by Fukuda Shinichi Sensei, published by Square Enix. Warning, this is for 18 plus readers only. This series follows Wakana Gojo, an aspiring Hinata maker who happens to stumble upon his classmate Kitagawa Marina attempt at making a cosplay for her favorite characters. Come to find out that Gojo-kun would be helping Kitagawa-san with her cosplay from now on. After watching the anime last season, I absolutely fell in love with both of our main characters, and I decided to pick it up all the manga available in English. I pre-ordered this volume, and sadly it came. You can see the top is peeling a bit. I wish it wasn't like that, but it's alright. I'm not super picky, but yeah, I won't do a flip through of this because it does have like parental advisory. It's nothing too bad, just a bit itchy. Yeah. First up, I have the first two volumes of Dr. Stone. Story by Inagaki Ichiro Sensei and art by Bochi. Dr. Stone follows genius scientist Senku and his friends as he tries to return civilization as it was before everything turned to stone. Everyone pretty much know what Dr. Stone is, or like I guess like at least watching the anime for it. So I won't be commenting so much about it, but I was tempted to pick this up because of how much Suki's notes raved about it, and I love her channel, I love everything, but I'm kind of regretting pick this up because I did watch the anime, I did enjoy it, and however I don't really like to pick up mangas for animes that I watch, especially the shonen ones, because I don't really see a point in it. It's mostly going to be action panels anyways. That's how I think about it anyways. However, like if I do not end up liking these, don't worry, I will be giving to my younger cousin who actually been getting into manga recently. Next up, I have volume 5 of Ottoman by Kano Aya Sensei, an older shoujo series by the same creator as Requiem of the Rose King. Ottoman follows the story of Masamune Asuka, who has typically girly hobbies, who has to hide behind a mini-man facade until he falls for Miyakosuka, a girl who is not the typical girl as he thought she was. Fun fact, I actually completed collecting this series as it came out back when it came out, and I actually lent this volume 5 and volume 6 to a friend, but like I never got it back, so I ended up having to buy these 2 volumes again recently, and finally this is one more completed series in my collection. Moving on, I have a series that I'm super excited for, which is Kimini Todoke by Shina Karuho Sensei. So right now, I only have 18 volumes of 30 of this series, which is completed at 30. These are the only ones that I could find easily, but if I were to pick up the rest, I would have to go hunting for them. This story is about a girl, Sawako, a shy, soft-spoken girl who gets misunderstood for being gloomy and antisocial. All she wants is to make some friends, but when the popular boy in school becomes her friend, she's suddenly surrounded by new friends as well as enemies. I actually recently rewatched the anime for this series last December, and then I wanted to pick it up because I love all the characters so much in the series. I figured it was a classic shoujo favorite, and the pacing of stories makes it an enjoyable like reread. So I figured, why not grab this? And like many other shoujo readers, I love the classics, but then I don't know, something about this one when I was younger, I don't know why I didn't pick it up. There was so much available. I wish I did. I wasn't into it when like back then because I didn't understood like why was it going so slow. I was so frustrated, but now I'm just like, oh, my heart clenches for them, especially like I'm so invested in the side characters like Sawako's friends. Like I just want the best for them. I especially love Shizu. I don't know, we're approaching, I'll show you, but here's volume 24 first. Oh, our main boy, he's so cute. But here, I love Shizu. She's my favorite character. But yeah, all these volumes I actually got in a combination of I think 3 stores, from Right Stuff, whatever they had available, and then I look on Books A Million, and after that I pick whatever from Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, but I think I spent a total of, it should be less than 200 on picking up all these volumes. Yeah, I'm still looking for the other ones at a good price and like a good quality, because I really want these to be in good shape if I were to have them. If not, I'll probably wait for reprints whenever, I don't know, hopefully whenever that happens, maybe soon, hopefully, to pick the rest up. But yeah, I would definitely recommend consuming this either manga or anime form, however you like. Moving on to mangas published by Kodansha. Here I have volumes 3 and 4 of Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otakus by Fujiya Sensei. As the title says, the series follows these as a couple who either have or either 1 or 2 partner is part of the otaku culture as they figure out how to date or find love as an otaku. This series is so popular that I don't think I need any introduction, and I am so excited to have the final volume of this series, or the omnibus volumes of this series. I already placed an order for the Books A Million exclusive cover, and I definitely recommend reading this and watching or consuming this in any way. This series is just so amazing. I also picked up 4 volumes of Sweetness and Lightning by Amagakure Gido Sensei. This month published by Kodansha. This is a series completed at 12 volumes, and I'm just actually slowly picking it up. Inosuka Kohei, a single father, as well as a haiku math teacher, struggles to raise his young daughter Tsumugi by himself after his wife passing. On one particularly difficult day, he stumbled upon an alley restaurant where he ends up meeting with his students, Ira Kotori, whom the three end up sharing a meal together. Many might stray away from this story or this series because it could indicate a teacher ex-student kind of relationship. But I assure you guys, this series is actually super wholesome, and romance is not even the main focus. It's actually like more focused on cooking and eating together and like comforting each other's loneliness through like wholesome meanings. But like you can see here, there's actually recipes in this book, which is super cool. One of the main reasons I picked up or like I chose to read this series was because of the food aspect, and I end up falling in love with it. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you to pick it up if you're like the type that loves slice of life, more wholesome series. Yeah, here's the last volume. Moving on to other publishers. First up, with my Yen Press picks, I have 5 volumes of So I'm a Spider, So What? Story by Baba Okina sensei and art by Kagashi Asahiro sensei. So our protagonist was just a high school girl before something happened, and now she has been reborn as a spider in a fantasy world. Now she has to figure out how to live her new life as a spider in a dungeon full of creatures that are far more powerful than her. Y'all, when I tell you I am in love with isekai series, I am talking about stuff like this one and аттェントゥ. To be honest, I am not like a huge fan of spiders, and looking at certain panels in this manga makes me cringe at times. But I'm so invested on our main MC, and I really want to know where she ends up next. But yeah, there is also an anime for this, and I would definitely recommend watching it. I loved it as well. Yeah, but when I say like don't take the spiders drawing too lightly, I really mean it for people who have like arachnophobia. But yeah, definitely recommend picking this up. Volume I think volume 9 or 10 is the most up-to-date one, but I know volume 11 is gonna be coming out sometime this fall, and I can't wait to continue this series. Yep. Next up, I have volume 5 of The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, story by Tachibana Yuka sensei and art by Fujiazuki sensei. This is published by 7 Seas. So a little spoiler alert, since I am caught up on this story as well. We continue with our main girl Sei, gauging how much her saint power can she use to her research as she joined the Royal Knights on the subjugation campaign approaches. Not much to say about this series, save for that I quite enjoy it. However, I wish the release were a bit faster, and I don't really recommend the anime for this, even although there is one, and yeah, I prefer reading it manga form. Alright, last up for Square Enix is a series that I already mentioned previously. I have volume 1, 2, and 4 of My Dress Up Darling. So I already talked about it. I'll just show a quick look of how the covers look for these series. Yeah, I finally got my volume 1 from BAM. I just ordered it hoping that it will come because volume 1 is hard to find. Yeah, I can't wait to continue the series when volume 5 ends, where the anime ends. If you didn't watch it, that it's not really a spoiler, but I guess it's a spoiler to say that volume 5 ends where the anime ends. But yeah, if you haven't read it or watched it, I would actually definitely recommend you watching the anime. I love the anime so much. Like the colors, the soundtrack, like the way it came to life is amazing. Yeah, that's it. Alright, moving on to Japanese mangas that I picked up in a month, which I usually get all my Japanese mangas from Amazon Japan. I won't get into much detail on them as I know it's not accessible for everyone, but I will put their synopsis on the screen on wherever on the screen, in case you're interested in them. First up, I have volume 9 to 15 of Real Life by Yayoi Sensei. There are both 15 volumes in total in this series, which is completed. And fun fact, the mangas are actually on full color. These covers are like, they connect together to form a picture. I'll actually insert one right now. But yeah, I would definitely recommend reading or watching this series as like an anime if you want. I feel like that's like the most accessible form to consume it. But I do notice this series is actually enjoyed mostly, or more likely to be enjoyed by an older audience. But yeah, this series, as I mentioned in my last haul, gives me a lot of comfort, and I'm super excited that it's completed in my collection, and I can't wait to like crack these open and reread them. Yeah, it also helped, I guess, like with touching up on my Japanese. I feel like I've been rusty lately. I've been busy with school and work and stuff, so excited to have these. This is volume 14. I love the colors that the slip, or like they're all different colors, so it makes my collection look a bit more vibrant than a lot of the whites that I have. And here is volume 15, the last one. Next up, I have a one-shot story by Midorikawa Yuki Sensei titled Hotarubi no Morie. I'm not sure what English translation is, so I'll put it on the screen actually. Yeah, I decided to pick this up purely from impulse and how much I love the anime movie. Definitely recommend if y'all haven't watched it yet. But yeah, it's like a story that gives you that kind of nostalgic, kind of summer lingering feeling. Like it makes you kind of miss those times, I would say. I really like the vibe this story gives. And yeah, I also picked up Snow White with the Red Hair fan book, which contains a travelogue, character guide, and much more bonus material for those who are a fan of the series. Akugami no Shira Yukihime, the Japanese name for this, is actually my favorite shoujo manga of all time. So I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Yeah, I can't wait to like crack into this and actually look at all like the details that are in it. But yeah, and oh my god, fun fact, this volume is actually super tiny. A standard Japanese volume actually is like this size, which you can see is taller, but this one is so small that like my hand is just almost bigger than it. But I do have big hands, so yeah. But not least, for my Japanese manga pickups, I have volume 1 through 3 of Konya mo Nemurenai by Yamamoto Kotasuko Sensei, who is actually a series, who actually has a series published in English called Toritan. Insert a picture on the side. Many people, or many BL fans, may know. This is a BL series, by the way. But yeah, Yamamoto Kotasuko Sensei is actually one of my favorite BL manga authors, as I really enjoy her storytelling. Konya mo Nemurenai is actually one of my favorites from her. But along with that, I also really enjoy Honto Yaju. But I haven't picked that up yet because it has a lot of like books. It's a pretty long series, and I think it's still ongoing. I haven't been up to date with it lately, but hopefully I can collect everything that she's released so far. Yeah, definitely I recommend if you haven't read this yet, for any of those BL fans out there. Although I talked about a BL series earlier, I am now moving on to my official BL corner. So any non-BL fan, you can click out now. But this is for all of us BL enthusiasts out there. I will show off or start my haul with more Shonen Ai series, and then Shonen Ai or non-explicit, and then moving on to those that are 18 plus and has a little bit more spicy stuff. Starting off with volume 2 of My Summer of You, The Summer with You by Furuya Nagisa Sensei, published by Kodansha. My Summer of You continues with our main couple who are now college students as they figure out how to balance their relationship with work and could they take their their relationship to the next step. And continuing with Furuya Nagisa Sensei's work, I also picked up The Two Lions, a single volume story revolving around Leo, known as a notorious gang leader in high school. After graduating high school, he decided to move to a college far away, but then he runs to social boy Junpei, someone who went to the same high school with him at college. Junpei befriends Leo and the story starts from there. So I actually haven't read these 2 volumes yet, so I don't have much opinions about them. I did read the first volume of My Summer of You, that's why I picked up the second one, but I can't wait to read it. I heard many good things about these. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 4 of Cherry Magic 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard by Toyota Yu Sensei, published by Square Enix. This series follows Adachi, a 30-year-old office worker who is still a virgin, and as the legend goes, if you're still a virgin by 30 years old, you will become a wizard. And that is exactly what happened to him as he gained the power to read minds of people he touched. One day at work, he accidentally touches Kurosawa, the workplace president, hottie, and finds out that he actually has a crush on him. So, oh my gosh, where do I actually start with this series? I binged all 4 volumes last weekend actually, and I really enjoy it. It's super cute and I love the pacing of the series so far. And to be honest, I really want to know what happened more about the side characters so bad, like, or side couples, if you know what I mean. And I can't wait for the next volume to come out soon actually. Yeah, and by the way, although this is mature, so far there hasn't actually been anything mature that occurs yet, but we might not know into maybe the next couple volumes that come out. But yeah, Cherry Magic. Alright, next I have volumes 1 up and 2, Sasaki and Miyano by Harusono Sho Sensei, published by Yen Press. Sasaki and Miyano follows Miyano, a high school boy who is a fudanshi, who gets entangled with his senpai Sasaki in his school, and the relationship starts with them exchanging BL manga with each other. So this series is actually super pure, sweet story about 2 high school boys. That's almost a it's pretty popular in the community, and I would definitely recommend reading the manga. But if you're just like curious to see like how does it go, the anime is pretty cool too. It's really cute. Yeah. Lastly, I have volumes 3 to 6 of Given by Kizunatsuki Sensei, published by Sublime. Given is well known. It's like it has an anime adaptation that a lot of people who were non-BL fan actually end up watching. Given starts with Uenoyama's encounter with Mafuyu at the school staircase holding onto a broken guitar. He ends up helping Mafuyu fix the guitar, which led to them asking Uenoyama to help him to play the guitar. From then on, we discover their story and then them in the band, you know, how the jazz goes. Given is so well known that I feel like I don't really have much to say about it. It's just great series, great anime. I love the soundtrack. It's A+. It really gives life to like that you know, if you start with the manga, you read the panels and you're curious like, oh, what kind of music do they have, and then I feel like the music really matches well with like that, you know, the anime really shows like the best music for them. And to be honest, Mafuyu is the best boy. I love him so much. Also published by Subline is the first volume of Candy Color Paradox by Natsume Izaku sensei. The story is about Onoe, a journalist who takes pride in his job at a weekly magazine and ends up partnering with Kabadagi, an ill-mannered photographer, for a high-stakes job. The two constantly bickers as they work together on this scope, but what happens if the annoyance slowly becomes enjoyable? So this series is created by one of my all-time favorite BL authors, Natsume Izaku sensei. I cannot rave enough about how much I love her art style. As you can see, like, I love how she draws the hair of the guys, like, oh, so pretty. And then, like, the pacing of her story is all to my taste. I read the series before, and although it's not my favorite, it is an enjoyable one. I can't wait to collect the rest of the series, but like finding volume 2 to 4 is pretty difficult. There's 5 out, but I'll have to wait to see. But definitely I will collect everything that Natsume Izaku sensei released, and this is one step towards that. Alright, now comes the final volume or final manga of this haul, which is The Song of Yuri and Asa by Harada sensei, published by Kuma. This is my first ever manga by Kuma, so I'm pretty excited. The quality looks super nice, although it's white paper, if you can see. I'm not really a big fan of that, but I do appreciate the weightiness of this volume. It also has the slipcover. It reminds me of a lot of the Japanese mangas that I have, yeah, because it looks like this. Yeah, but this follows Asa, the vocalist of an underground band who likes to have fun with their fans post-concert. And as usual, after a performance, Asa was having fun into an incident occurred with a fellow bandmate, Yoru, whom he finds out have a one-sided crush on him. Warning, this manga is not for those who cannot handle or deal with triggering topics. All of Harada sensei's work has always included deep topics, so I would only recommend reading it if you're up to it. However, I actually read this manga a couple years back, and at first I didn't really like it because of those kind of topics. I did come around to it as I reread it. This was still before the release came out, the physical release in English. And now I actually appreciate sensei's work. There are still some of her works that I cannot reread. I'm not down for it. But this one series and another one titled Yada Momo, I'll put the Yata Momo picture right here. Definitely recommend that one. I really like that one. If it releases in English, I'll collect it. But I was thinking of getting it in Japanese soon, so we'll see. Yes. And it looks like it's only 1 volume series, but there's actually going to be another release. It's called Song of Yoru and Asa Encore. Yeah, I will definitely picking up that one when it comes out. Alright, so that concludes this very long video and my manga haul for spring 2022. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye!